Alrighty, folks, welcome back into Compute This. My name is Thor Schrock. I'm the owner of the Schrock Innovations Computer Company. And even we have computer problems. I had to restart my whole laptop to get my camera to pick back up. It was like Facebook just blew up. Gone. But we're back live again, 866-496-8772. We're also back live on Facebook at facebook.com/Schrock Innovations. Let's go back into those phones here real quick. Dale, you've been patient with us. How can I help you today on Compute This?
Hi, when I was turning the show on this morning, I realized that I'm about 99% sure I was the $25 certificate winner last week.
Dale is a unique name.
Anyway, I never received a call, nor did I get a certificate in the mail, so I just thought I'd...
Oh, okay. Well, all right, what I'm going to do here, Dale, I'm going to put you back on hold, and I'm going to, when we go into our next break here with the call screener, I'm going to have you check with the producer to make sure that we have your phone number correctly. It's weird. I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know if it's like a handwriting thing or what, but sometimes we call the phone numbers that people give us, and they're just disconnected. There's no one here by that name. I don't know if people just kind of give us a fake phone number or what the deal is.
Yeah, no. Okay, I'll hold.
All right, sounds good. Hang on the line there. We'll be right back with you. All right, real quick before we take our bottom of the hour break here as well, the Best of Omaha voting is back on again at it's omahamagazine.com/best of Omaha, which, you know, they could have just anyway. So it's omahamagazine.com/best of Omaha. And we would very much appreciate your vote in the Best of Omaha competition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post that link right here on Facebook. It is bestofomaha.com / oh, sorry, no, I said it wrong. omahamagazine.com / best of Omaha. All right, so omahamagazine.com / best of Omaha. There we go. And so basically, if you could take a moment to vote for us in the Best of Omaha competition, one of the things that's really cool is when you place in the Best of Omaha competition, first, second, or third, they have a festival, the Best of Omaha Festival, that they hold in the fall. And in that festival, when we're there, we get a booth. And we always give away free stuff at the booth. So if you want free Schrock stuff, go vote for Schrock Innovations for Omaha's best computer repair company. You could also vote for us for Omaha's best web design company as well. In the coming weeks, we'll have some quick vote codes and stuff too to help you out. But in the meantime, if you have the opportunity, bestofomaha.com, omahamagazine.com. See, because I keep thinking they should have just bestofomaha.com. They should have just gotten that, or voteomaha.com, or some kind of a short, easy to remember, easy to type, or like omaha.vote, something like that. But no, it's omahamagazine.com / best of Omaha. Maybe we should get a short URL and have it redirect just to the Schrock page. 866-496-8772, guys. That's the number to join us on the show. So if you weren't with us at the very beginning of the program, or if you didn't hear it over the Facebook or whatever, coming up on the program here, we've got solid-state hard drives getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. We're going to tell you in the next segment what that means for your computer. If your computer is slow, if it's hesitant, in the past, the solution has been, let's add some more memory to the computer, right? The bottleneck is no longer, hey, your computer's slow, you need more memory. The bottleneck now is, hey, your computer is slow because your hard drive is mechanical and it's spinning like a record player. And it can only spin so fast. And it doesn't matter how full or how empty it is or how often you defrag it. Nothing seems to make a difference. It's always slow. It's the hard drive, guys. And so with solid state prices coming down, used to be for a 120 solid state, it was like $400. So that they've come down there. It's half that now. You can pick up solid state drives, and I mean the good ones, not the junk ones. You might, if you're fans on Facebook, you probably saw that I was at a data recovery conference recently, and they told us all the different controller chips that are used. And there are some really junky ones that are really likely to fail, and there's really good ones that you'll never see in your lab. We use the really good ones that don't fail very often. So we're going to tell you all about that, as well as if you have an iPhone, stay with us, guys, because is iOS 12 going to speed up your phone like Apple promises, or are they promising a little too much? We're going to tell you the lowdown on iOS 12 coming up next on Compute This.
If you can dream it, Schrock Interactive's website developers can make it happen. Refresh your website, automate sales and marketing, and grow your business today with Schrock Interactive. External hard drives are handy. You can back up multiple computers to them or even use them to move lots of data from one computer to another. Computer users have been buying the same old external hard drives for years. While our computers have been getting faster, we still do backups that take hours or watch epic progress bars creep by to move files. Schrock wanted more for our customers, so our innovators created the fastest external hard drives on the planet. Schrock modular storage devices are up to 50% faster than Seagate or Western Digital externals and are modular in the truest sense of the word. We can create whatever size and speed of drive you need for all of your needs. And all modular storage devices come with a data restoration guarantee. If you use our drives for backing up and your computer's hard drive fails, we'll restore your backup to your repaired computer for free. Fast, simple, and flexible technology solutions from Schrock Innovations. It's what we do. Compute this pro tip 843. Of all computer failures, the scariest and most expensive is the hard drive. But there are some steps you can take to save money and save your data before it's too late. Detecting failures early is important, so install a free utility like Drive Advisor from driveadvisor.com to monitor your hard drive's health and receive warnings when there's a problem. But most of all, hard drive failures happen slowly, so early detection is key to reducing the repair bill. Second, if your hard drive makes any unusual noises, immediately turn off your computer and do not turn it on again. These issues are physical problems, and the more you try to use it, the worse the damage becomes. Remember that most computer repair shops do not have the specialized equipment needed to recover data from a failed drive. Never open your drive or allow anyone else to do so. Opened drives always cost more to recover. Schrock does not charge for data recovery evaluations and quotes, so let the local pros look at your drive before you make any recovery decisions. This pro tip brought to you by Schrock Innovations Computer Company.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. Thousands of marchers took to the streets in cities across America Saturday. They were protesting against the immigration policies of the president. Marchers, celebrities, and politicians all calling for the abolishment of ICE.
We need to rebuild our immigration system from top to bottom, starting by replacing ICE with something that reflects our morality.
Massachusetts Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren at a rally in Boston. Don't let the current heat wave get you down. There's a little relief in sight for some.
We're going to be seeing spots getting, again, these are your actual temperatures, not your feels like. Your actual temperatures getting up to the 90s again today, and unfortunately that isn't leaving. 97 degrees today in New York City, guys. But we're cooling off. Good news. Only 94 degrees for tomorrow.
Fox meteorologist Adam Klotz. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Now, the News Radio 1110 KFAB Weather Watch.
Sunday is your pick day of the weekend as those morning clouds continue to clear the metro. We'll get a cooler high today of 83 degrees with dew points in the 60s, making it feel just a little bit more comfortable outside. Once we get into tonight, we'll stay mostly clear. Temperatures falling off to 66 degrees. Highs will top in the 90s for the start of the work week. With Omaha's most accurate weather team on 6 News, meteorologist Peter Sherwood on News Radio 1110 KFAB.
All right, guys, halftime is over. Welcome back. Hope you're rested. The water pressure noticeably dropped in the city. You hear about that at the World Cup in Tokyo? Like when there was a match that Japan people in Tokyo were watching, and the first 90 minutes were apparently very riveting. And then there was like a break, and the water pressure in Tokyo dropped 24% because everybody got up and went to the bathroom at the same time. Everyone was holding their pee for the first hour and a half, like, oh, God, what's going to happen? And then they all got up and went to the bathroom at the same time, and the water pressure actually dropped 24%. And so we were talking about this at the shop, and apparently during the Super Bowl, water companies actually plan for the Super Bowl. They plan to have extra pressure and everything for halftime at the Super Bowl because, yeah, I mean, everybody gets up and uses the bathroom at halftime. So, yeah, fun times there. 866-496-8772. All right, let us bang out some of these stories. So first off, this is the one you're all wondering about, the iPhone. The oldest iPhone that Apple still supports is the 5S. That iPhone is slow. I mean, it's super slow. And then Apple, in the past, they were throttling the iPhone. And what does that mean? That means that Apple, okay, there's two ways you can look at the story. There is Apple's, the company line. Older iPhones could have compromised batteries that don't work properly. As a result, We want to make sure you have the best experience possible on your old, outdated iPhone. So we are going to slow the iPhone's processor down using software, just in case your battery can't keep up with the energy drain required to run the current apps. As a result, your older iPhone is going to run like a snail. Okay? That's the company line. Here's the cynics line. So Apple wants you to buy a new iPhone. What's the best way to make you buy a new iPhone? Well, make the experience with your old iPhone so completely unbearable that you just decide to buy a new iPhone. How can we do that? Let's slow it down. The older the phone is, the more we'll slow it down through software. My daughter had an old iPod. It was just a piece of junk iPod, but literally she'd tap on the screen. You could count to 5 before her tap registered. It was that bad. So here comes iOS 12. It's the new Apple operating system coming out. As with all new Apple operating systems, I recommend, before you install it, let it marinate for a week or so out there so they can get all the bugs out, because Apple is known for releasing software loaded with bugs. Their quality control on software is atrocious. But in this case, there's been a lot of people testing the iOS 12. So the oldest device is an iPhone 5S. So they took an iPhone 5S running 11.4, and then they put another iPhone 5S, identical phone, running iOS 12. What did they notice? A 30% speed increase on app launches, a noticeably faster launch of the keyboard when you tap a text field. Overall, performance of the phone was improved greatly, whether you were launching the native apps that came with the iPhone or apps that were downloaded through the App Store and third-party apps. So all in all, iOS 12 looks like it's the real deal, guys. It's going to really speed up your old iPhone. On Facebook here, Ronald was asking, why is my iPhone 6S getting so slow lately? This is one of the things that was going on, Ronald. So I would suggest with your 6S, get yourself iOS 12, and it's going to speed up your 6S. The performance improvements were not isolated to only the 5S, because the hardware was very much better in the 6. It was slightly better with the 7, and now the new ones, obviously they're the top of the line phones, the flagship phones. But if you get iOS 12 on your phone, it should speed up. So if your iPhone is running slow and you're thinking about getting a new phone because it's running slow, hold off until you get iOS 12 installed. Once you have iOS 12 installed, things should be looking up a little bit. Then if it's still slow in your opinion, that's the point you should look for a new phone. 866-496-8772. Kaspersky, the Russian antivirus company banned in the United States. No government contractor, no government employee, no government agency can run Kaspersky software because they're required by Russian law, because they're a Russian company, to provide the Kremlin any assistance it might need in accessing technology of an enemy of the state, basically. So if the Kremlin, and they're prohibited from telling anybody about it too. So if the Kremlin comes in and wants access to something, that's the end of it. They get it. So in response to this that ban, basically, other countries are looking to do the same thing. Now you have Australia considering the same ban. And as in response to this, Kaspersky actually launched what they're calling a transparency center in Switzerland that basically is supposed to give you an insight into their company that will help you understand, that they're not in the business of giving the government access to your technology, even though the government could have access to your technology anytime it asked for it by Russian law. And no transparency center in Switzerland is going to be able to handle that because they're prohibited by law from telling the customer. So even though this transparency center is located in Switzerland, it's pretty much a PR stunt, guys. And we had last week, I think we covered on the program, Consumer Reports always rates consumer antivirus software, but for once they actually rated business antivirus. And that's why it's hard, because we recommend Symantec Endpoint, which is usually a business grade antivirus product. And so it doesn't really show up in the consumer testing. Well, they tested it against all the other business grade stuff that's out there. And just like in the consumer stuff, number 1, number 2 was Symantec Endpoint and Kaspersky. So if you have Kaspersky now, there is not a need for you to bail and run away screaming and say, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? We need to get something different. The Russians are coming, use up your subscription, let it go to the end, just don't renew it. And then when you choose to renew it, pick something up like Symantec Endpoint instead. Symantec Endpoint is $160 the first year, but then it's only $60 each additional year. Compare that to the $80 renewals from other companies. You actually save money in the long run. And first of all, it's an American-made product. Secondly, it's locally supported by Schrock Innovations. Third, it's got a virus-free guarantee through Schrock Innovations. If you ever think that you're infected, we fix it for free. will remove the infection for free. So it's good stuff all the way around. All right, 866-496-8772. All right, I'm playing catch up here. I'm going through my list of things. Okay, we talk about this, we talk about that. I have so many stories today, guys. It's not even funny. So solid state prices are coming down. So we're going to tell you about how to upgrade your computer to breathe some new life into that old slow computer. But one of the things, when is the best time to do a solid state upgrade? Honestly, you can do them anytime. I mean, you could do it today if you wanted to. But whenever we have customers that come in now and they have bad hard drives, we say, hey, this would be a great opportunity for you to replace that failing hard drive with a solid state drive. It would make the computer 6 times faster than it is now, and it would be a phenomenal speed improvement. So one of the cool things about that is, how do you know when your hard drive is dying? Because right now your hard drive could be failing in your computer and you wouldn't even know it. Because hard drives, it seems like they always fail suddenly. Like, it seems like, one day it works and the next day it doesn't. But that's not the case usually, and that can happen. There are catastrophic failures that happen. But most of the time, hard drive failures happen slowly over time. Okay? So they happen slowly over time, but you don't know they're happening because the manufacturer of your computer turned off the smart notification, the thing that's designed in the hard drive to tell you when the hard drive is failing. But you never see those messages because the computer doesn't pass them on to you. That's why we created a free program called Drive Advisor, and you can download it for free and install it on your computer from driveadvisor.com, and that's ER, Drive Advisor, like it's American, made in America. driveadvisor.com. You can install that on your computer, and all it does is it's going to ask you for your email address. But the reason it asks is it just monitors your antivirus. It monitors your hard drive health and sends you an email if your hard drive starts failing. It also has a display on the screen that tells you, but it sends you an email if your hard drive is failing and lets you know. This week, 7 Schrock customers that were running Drive Advisor experienced C drive failures. That's their main hard drive, the C drive. It also monitors all your external drives and everything else. Do you ever wonder, is your backup drive bad? Wouldn't that be a thing to find out once your main hard drive fails, that your backup has been failing too for so long and you had no good hard drives left to recover from? Drive Advisor monitors all of them. And so that way, you know the health of all of your drives. But we had several customers that had bad C drives this week. Now, these are customers that come in for their maintenance checkups every 6 months. They're doing everything right. They're taking good care of their computers. Guys, sometimes hardware just fails, and there's nothing you can do to stop it from failing, especially mechanical drives. The ball bearings, the moving arms, the spinning platters, the motors. Then on top of that, an electrical failure, a circuit board failure. There's all kinds of things that can go wrong. Compare that with a solid state. There are 3 things that can go wrong with a solid state. I mean, you can get a surge that just fries the whole darn thing. So a circuit board failure, a controller chip failure, or a memory chip failure. And you compare that to all the things that can go wrong with a regular rotating disk hard drive. We don't see very many solid states in the recovery lab. We do see them from time to time. They're not impervious, but we don't see them that often. So my thought here, guys, install Drive Advisor on your computer from driveadvisor.com. Put it on your computer. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. If it pops up and tells you your hard drive is failing, now, in the next segment, I'm going to tell you about the solid states and how much of an improvement they can make to your computer. Then that's a conversation that you might want to have with your family. Maybe it's time that we install a solid state hard drive on the computer. 866-496-8772. That's the number to join us on the program. Did that for you, Bruce. 866-496-8772. Going to take our final break of the program. When we come back, Bruce and Mark. Is that the same Bruce? Did I just read the phone number super slowly and you're already on hold? All right. When we come back, your calls, guys, coming up next. Stay with us. More coming up next on Compute This.
Drive Advisor is a free program from Schrock Innovations that monitors your hard drive's health and tells you if it's going bad. Download it for free at driveadvisor.com. Every person listening to this broadcast has either experienced data loss or knows someone who has. When you think about it, you have a lot more data stored in many more places than you'd like to admit. Have you downloaded those videos from your phone? Back up the pictures on your iPad, or even tackled that sometimes daunting task of backing up your entire computer's hard drive? Most people just don't back up their stuff. And that's why Schrock Innovations has one of the most advanced data recovery centers in the Midwest. Equipped with the latest DDI data imaging devices, state-of-the-art custom recovery software, and Omaha's best data recovery technicians, Schrock Innovations has a 96.8% success rate when recovering data from damaged hard drives, flash drives, camera cards, and more. We all know we should back up our data, but if you are ever caught in a data loss nightmare, call the experts at Schrock Innovations to get your data back right where it belongs, safe and backed up on a stable hard drive. Compute This Pro Tip 578. Technology is constantly changing, so how can you tell when the time has come to recycle your old outdated computer and invest in a new one? Experts have rules of thumb and formulas, but Schrock believes the answer is simple. You should replace your old computer when it can no longer do the things you need in a secure way. For example, you should not be using operating systems like Windows XP or Vista because they're no longer maintained by Microsoft and they're not secure. And if your computer cannot run Windows 10, it's probably time to begin saving for a replacement. If your existing computer requires a repair and that cost is 50% or more of the cost of a new computer, it might be time to consider a replacement. But keep in mind, additional costs like data transfers and important software you have to upgrade like genealogy software or Quicken. And also keep in mind that modern computers are engineered to last 18 months for a normal user. And don't worry, you are considered a normal user. Schrock modular PCs and solid-state laptops are specifically designed to last 4 to 6 years for that same normal user, saving your family money and time. This pro tip brought to you by Schrock Innovations Computer Company.
All righty, folks. Welcome back. It's the final quarter, quarter four. Woo, here we go. And people are messing with me on Facebook. Kathy, what's the phone number again? Maybe she really needed the phone number. I don't know, but I think you were messing with me, Kathy. But I posted the phone number there anyway for you. 866-496-8772. Or you can post your question at Facebook, facebook.com/Schrock Innovations. Post it in the live show, though. At the end of the show, I get all these alerts that all these questions posted. I can only look at so many tabs at a time, guys. I don't have a producer on this side of the table with me, so everything that's going on here, I got the calls over here, I got the video here, I got the stories here, and the show prep over there. I mean, everything here is me. So I'm doing the best I can. So, Bruce, welcome to the program. Were you the Bruce that asked for the phone number? I'm just curious.
Absolutely.
All right. You made it in, Bruce. All right. Welcome to the show. How can I help you on Compute This?
Oh, it's just kind of funny. I was sitting in bed for the first half an hour trying to call you, and you said the phone number so fast I couldn't get it in.
No worries. One of the things, when I was in journalism school when I was a kid, the newspaper professor, their teacher or whatever, in high school would say, Thor has a future in radio because he can talk really fast. And sometimes I just talk too fast. I really do. And I have to make a mental effort to slow down. But if you were paying by the minute, you would talk fast too.
Yeah, I'm the same way. But anyway, just got this new computer like 5 months ago. And I guess newer computers usually don't come with a CD-ROM drive anymore.
No, they don't typically anymore. They don't. Did you get it from us or did you get it somewhere else?
Somewhere else.
Okay, that's fine. No, so in fact, this year's Ultimate Upgrade at Schrock did not come with a DVD drive. Last year, it didn't come with a DVD drive either, but over half the customers requested one be added to the computer at an additional cost. This year, we only had I think 3 or 4 people that asked us to put a DVD drive in their computer. The new Galant laptop, our high-end laptop, is thin and beautiful and fast, but it doesn't have a DVD drive in it. It's getting harder and harder for us to find computers actually that come with DVD drives anymore because, everybody wants a DVD drive because you've had it before. And in a lot of people's worlds, that's how you installed software in the past, is you put your disk in the drive and you installed it. But no one sells software on DVDs anymore, and they haven't for several years. And so the need for the DVD drive is going away. But the good news is, if you're in a situation, Bruce, where you need a DVD drive, we can get you an external DVD drive that hooks into the USB port that you can plug in when you need to use it, and then you can just leave it at home when you're not using it, so you don't have to carry it around all the time with the laptop. But it'll do the job for you.
What I'm looking to do is buy a new printer, but because they include a CD Do I need the CD at all to install the printer at all?
A lot of times, depending on what printer you get and how long it's been sitting on the shelf, you really shouldn't use the DVD or the CD to install the printer software.
Okay.
Like if it's an HP, you can go to support.hp.com and you can type in the model and you download the newest software. Now, when you hook it up to Windows 10, it's going to install the basic printer for you automatically. So it will print. But if you want the advanced functions like the scanning and all this other stuff, then you'll have to install the software. But the computer will just install the printer automatically for you.
Okay, second quick question. Is a registry cleaner really necessary?
Not terribly so. We do a registry cleanup on computers when they're in for preventative maintenance checks. We like the C Cleaner. C Cleaner is a Piriform product. You can get it for free at Piriform, Piriform.com. But Piriform makes C Cleaner, and it has a registry cleaner in the tools on the left side, because everybody thinks it just cleans up the hard drive, which it does a great job of that too. But it's got a registry cleaner. You tap that, hit clean. We don't do backups of the registry when we use C Cleaner. It's never damaged anything, but and it fixes, in some case, thousands of problems in the registry that do slow the registry down. The thing is, the reason I always tell customers, you don't need a driver updater. You don't need a registry cleaner. You don't need any of this garbage companion, potentially unwanted program software to load with your computer and slow everything down, because the program that you're loading on the computer to speed up your registry is actually slowing the computer down more than any benefit you're getting from it speeding up the registry. Same thing with your driver updater. Don't mess with your drivers. I had a customer that was in the Lincoln Service Center this week who had to pay us $110 to fix his laptop screen stopped working. And we thought, oh my gosh, this is one of ours and it's under warranty. I wonder why this went bad like that. And we realized it didn't go bad. That had the wrong driver installed for the screen. And so we switched it back to the original driver and it worked fine. Well, why did the driver get changed? Customers don't go changing their drivers. He had a driver updater from Avast. The Avast driver updater blew it up. So that's one more case of using a piece of free software that's not very well designed can lead you to spend money that you wouldn't otherwise have had to spend. So there's no need to mess with your registry. There's no need to mess with your drivers. If you bring it in for a maintenance checkup once or twice a year, we can do all that for you. But if you really want to do it at home and stay on top of it, I would use C Cleaner to do that.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, no sweat. This is what we do. Thanks for the call, Bruce. We got Bruce in the drawing as well for a $25 Schrock Innovations gift certificate. 866-496-8772 is the number to join us on the show. All right, coming up next, Mark. Mark, how can I help you on Compute This?
Hello, how are you?
Very good. How are you?
Not too bad. I have it's 5 or 6 years old, an old Dell Inspiron laptop. I really like it though, because I have kidney failure, and when I'm in dialysis, unfortunately, the needles are in my right dominant arm, so I have to use my left hand to try to hit the keys. It is touch screen, and the keys are raised so that I can feel them with my fingers.
Okay.
But because all the Windows 10 updates, it's definitely getting slower and slower.
Right.
I've got Driver Advisor, and it's 100% every time I check. But would it be better for me to get a solid-state drive in that particular laptop, or would it be better to upgrade to a new laptop from Schrock?
All right, so great questions here. So the first thing is, if you get a new laptop from Schrock, as you've heard in the spots, all of our laptops are solid-state laptops. They all come with solid-state drives. So, of course, you can buy a new laptop and get a solid-state drive. The bigger question here is, how much space are you using on your hard drives? And I'm not asking how big your hard drive is. I'm asking how much space
I'm not
you're
using much.
So most customers,
I'm not using much.
Yeah, most customers use 80 gigs or less, which means, and that's including the operating system and everything, which means we can usually put you in 120 gig solid state and get everything cloned over and put into the computer, and you would see anywhere from a 4 to 6 time performance improvement. So basically the things that a solid state's going to help with is hesitancy. If the computer is hesitant, you hit start and it takes like 5 seconds for the start menu to pop open.
Right.
That's going to get cut. That's going to get cut in half by a solid state upgrade. Boot times. If it takes, I've joked on the show before, like some computers, you hit the power button, you go make a sandwich, then you eat the sandwich, and then you come back and the computer's ready to go. That's not the case.
Well, I have time to wash the dishes too.
Yeah, you complete a dialysis treatment. Why not? Wow, look, now I'm done and the computer's booted. You won't have that happen with a solid state laptop. The solid state hard drive is going to dramatically speed up the performance of the computer. And you're right. Your older generation Intel chips are going to be slowed down dramatically from all of the vulnerability patches that are coming out to fix all the Intel chips. That's why Intel said they're not going to fix this last one. Because if you take away hyper-threading from an Intel processor, I mean, you may as well get your pad and paper back out. I mean, it's going to be slow. And they're like, this one's not so bad, blah, 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 blah. It could only compromise, encryption keys and things like that when you're online shopping so people could steal your information. It's not that bad. And you have to be logged into the computer, first. So bad guys don't have your password. They can't get logged in. I mean, they're going to patch it eventually. But the bottom line is, it's a toss-up. So a new computer with, first of all, with a touch screen and everything else, you're going to drop about $800 for a touch screen laptop, for a good one that you can update and upgrade. The second part of that is, you're going to do a data transfers from the old computer and everything else. So you're going to be closer to $1,000 by the time you're done. Now, if we take $800-900 and compare that to a solid state upgrade, which would be $300 or $400, it's half the price. It's a laptop you already love. There's nothing else wrong with the laptop. We, of course, would check it out for you first to make sure it's good.
Right.
But, I would definitely recommend doing the solid state upgrade.
Okay. All right, good.
Yeah, you're a textbook case for it. Thanks for the call, Mark. I appreciate it because that is a textbook case for solid state upgrades. In fact, solid state prices have been coming down. In 2017 alone, the price of solid states has declined 15% already this year. Last year, the price of solid states actually was going up. And the reason for that was all the new phones and everything were using the same memory chips that the solid states needed. And all the factories were building more capacity because they knew demand was going to go up. But it takes time to build factories. Just ask Elon Musk. It takes time to build assembly lines. So they were trying to build all this stuff up. In the meantime, demand was increasing, so the price of solid states went through the roof last year. Now they're coming back down again. So for people like that, will have a much easier time. All right. Last call of the show. Let's squeeze one more in. I think we got time for one more. Bruce, welcome to the show. How can I help you on Compute This today?
Hey, so SSD prices going down sounds good. What about RAM prices? I understand China's checking things out that they're fixing prices. Do you think it's going to go down? Should I buy now? Should I wait?
Well, I don't think it's going to go down to the point where you're going to regret buying now. It's not going to drop by 50% or anything like that. But there is a correlation over time. The price of technology always falls. So, for example, it depends what kind of RAM you need. If you need DDR4 memory, DDR4 memory prices have been pretty stable. You're going to pay, they've been stable for the last few months. DDR3 prices, however, are dropping because all the new computers now have DDR4. And so people with DDR3, we've been selling a lot of RAM in the service centers because the DDR3 memory is so much cheaper now. You can get an 8 gig stick for like $30. Why not? So it's a pretty good deal, but DDR4 prices are almost double. So it's, is it going to come down? Yeah, of course it will. Is it going to come down appreciably? Like is it going to be $30 or, $40? That's not going to come down that much in a year.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks, Bruce. Appreciate it. And Pam, I don't have time to take your call on the air, but your question was, can somebody get your email from your phone number? And the answer is no, they cannot do that. All right, we need to draw a winner for the $25 Schrock Innovations gift certificate that we're going to be giving away here at the end of the program, which is now. And congratulations, Mark. You've got yourself a $25 Schrock gift certificate. Christine will get that out to you here on Monday. Have a great weekend, guys. Stay safe out there. Stay tuned for the Aftershock, facebook.com/Schrock Innovations. That'll be coming up here in just a few seconds. Thanks for listening and have a great day.
From the Millard Roofing Studios, we've got you covered. This is News Radio 1110 KFAB, Omaha, an iHeart radio station.
Crime would be rampant and uncontrollable. I'm Pam Puso, Fox News. That's the case being made by President Trump, who again is defending the Immigration and Customs Enforcement